Everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's man, is it March 8th, I believe? And we are having a little resurgence of winter here. Got a snowstorm moving in. As you can see, we got a few flakes falling down right now. But oh man, this is a good time. We thought spring was here last week, enjoying some 50-degree days. And now we are approaching zero tonight, I think, maybe single digits. And then tomorrow night they were calling for -7. I think they've backed off that a little bit and we might get around zero tomorrow night, but I thought we were done. Okay. Yeah, look at that. We can't even see the mountains back there at all, which is pretty neat. Everybody's having a good time over here. Hey guys. Getting a little snow, huh? Yeah, good deal. Now it looks like we have a little bit of a break, but it's coming. Usually it does come from that way, actually, but it's coming from over here and moving in on us from the other direction. Oh, well, these cows are getting finicky. Calm down, Ivy. It's fine. Anyways, let's see what the chickens are up to. Got some pretty exciting news. We're gonna get some new chickens in here in a few weeks, and I'll tell you about that here in a second. Okay, what do you guys got going on in here? You getting out of the weather? Let me, good grief, Percy. Boy, he is just on it today. He didn't get his milk this morning because he's getting a longer separation time from Ivy as he's weaning off, and he is not a happy camper. And you hear Ivy, she's not either, but that's just the way it is. You guys, calm down. Okay, gonna take a minute to duck in here in the old chicken coop, out of the wind and the snow for a minute, and tell you what we got coming. We got some new chicks coming. Pretty excited about it. We're gonna delve into the old meat chicken program this year, so we decided to order 2 different breeds, and we're gonna order 13 of each, so a baker's dozen of each. And so what we're getting is we're getting 13 of the Freedom Rangers, and instead of going with the Cornish cross, we decided to go with the American breast chicken. So I think that's how you say it, breast, right? So we're gonna go with 13 of those, and so we're gonna try both of those breeds out. And I understand they take a little bit longer, so I think we're looking at least 16 weeks of grow time, which is, it's okay. I think it'll be fine. It just seems like everything I've looked up on them, I just prefer that over the Cornish cross, which of course grow out in like 8 to 10 weeks. Super fast. I think we're looking to get a little bit more fat in our birds, and I think the longer grow time will help that out, hopefully. That's just an idea I have. But we got to come up with some other things here, because this coop is not going to work out, obviously, for chicks, you know. So we need to build ourselves, I'm going to call it a chick wagon. So we're going to build something that we can make mobile. I know people talk about chicken tractors and all that stuff. We're going to go kind of like that, but more of a smaller little wagon thing I can pull behind the tractor, that we can keep up, because right now we don't have power down here, so we're going to keep it up maybe by the shop for the first number of weeks, where we need to have that heat source in there, and then after 5-6 weeks of that, then we can bring them down here and introduce them into a portion of this coop, which I hopefully plan on expanding the actual coop area by then, which is where the Freedom Rangers and the American breast chickens will call home for the following 10 weeks or so. So anyways, that's what we're kind of looking at. And we also got, let's see, I think she ordered 10, let's see, it was the blue laced red Wyandottes. And so feeling pretty excited about that. I think they look like a really nice chicken. And of course we have, we have the silver laced ones, and we really enjoy those. And they're good egg layers and stuff, so we thought we'd try some of those blue laced red ones, because we thought they looked cool. So that's pretty much the only reason we're doing that. So they're going to kind of ride with the Rangers and the breast chickens for a while. and then we'll move them in, you know, with the egg layers somewhere down the line. So pretty excited about that, and we got a lot of work to do on that coming up in the next couple weeks. So look forward to doing that. Maybe follow along as we build some kind of a little wagon or a little apartment, if you will, for the chicks for a while, and it's gonna be fun. So let's go check on these animals though. What's that? Okay. Do we need to open them up into the lane, or oh, you let him go first, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, they're just having a fit. Good grief. Ducks are having a good time. What is going on? Dusty. You guys haven't seen Dusty in a while. He's looking kind of a little bit raggedy. Aren't you, Dusty? That's because you don't know if it's spring or winter, and neither do I. That's just the way it is. So, little side note, we've started grain feeding this guy his specific grain, and we've bumped up Buddy too as well. So he's getting just the regular, and of course Charlie's here. He's really likes the corn fed, and we don't really care for that, but for him that's what he likes, and you know, we're doing what he ordered, so we're gonna give him some corn, cracked corn mixed into his grain. Well, we're having to separate them out. Come over here real quick. Gonna hop the pig fence. Okay, so we've been separating them out right over there in the alleyway and giving them their grain there. But we've had some troubles with ours kind of mixing back and forth between the buckets, which, like I said, we don't want a whole lot of corn in ours, so we just don't like it as much. So we're thinking about bringing one of them in here, giving them the grain here, one out there, that way they won't mix. It's just a lot of work, but I guess that's what we got to do for the next 30 days or so for these two guys right here, but let's get it going. Okay, so I guess that plan worked out. Here we are in the alleyway. Old Buddy, he's got his little tub, and Charlie's over here has his tub. And like I said, Charlie's steer has quite a bit more corn in there, and actually, because we add corn to it. And this particular steer, he's so tall and lanky that he needs that extra fat, because we got 30 days left or so, and so he's getting a pretty good ration of corn. Keep that corn away from them pigs. Anyways, then we got old Mr. Buddy here. He's got mostly three-way and some oats. Speaking of oats, I've tried oats, rolled oats, you know, with molasses, without molasses, over the past year and a half, couple years feeding, and I just find that, is it just me, or is like, it just doesn't seem to digest at all, hardly. It seems to be the worst grain for these animals to digest. And I know I will say the particular brand that we get down here, their oats, they're rolled oats. I can't believe they even market them as rolled, you know, no offense to their company, but they're just not rolled hardly at all, in my opinion. I like to see them rolled and crimped a little bit harder, but they just don't digest it, and I just don't know why I feed it to my animals. Of course, this last bag we got was an accident. They accidentally loaded the wrong one. But what about you guys? Have you had the same problems with oats? It seems to be out of barley, oats, corn, and wheat, the four grains that I have around, it seems to be the least digestible. What about you guys? What do you say? Let's go check on these guys. Oh man, I gotta say, this guy right here, he's fattening up quite nice, actually. I like the way he's looking. He's gonna be a good one. And this guy over here has a way to go yet, but as tall as he is, it's gonna take him a little bit longer to fill out, which is why he's getting more. Oh, this pig is wanting that corn. I have to get in there and move that back. Come on, buddy. You need to go back and eat some hay. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you get off my stick. Let's go. There you go. There you go. Come on. Come on, Charlie. Leave it out. Okay, there we go. Just gonna set this right here. It'll stay there. All right, back up. Come on. Head on out. Put you back in. Get the boys. Okay, come on. Let's go back. All right. I'm gonna turn you around. There you go, full stomach. Go get some hay. There you go. There it is. Haha. Oh boy. Why am I closing this gate? Come on, guy. Okay. Well, there we go. It takes a little time, which I'm not super excited about, but it doesn't take too long, I guess. We're getting a little better at it. In the future, oops, I would prefer just to have it totally different way. And I'm gonna have to hang this up so I can close the gate. Yeah, like I said, I'd like to do this a totally different way in the future because it is kind of a pain the way we have this set up. Having to separate those two out to feed them more grain. We just didn't have a pin for that, so we started using the alleyway. And of course, you've seen we started utilizing the little catch pin for the chute there. But there's no like man gate to come in here, so we got to walk all the way around every time we do it. And if we do this very often in the future, that's not going to fly for me. So we got some more modifications coming up. Okay. Well, boy, it's really starting to come down now. We might actually get some accumulation here, which is not a bad thing because I told you in a previous video that we're just drier and dry still. And we'll take everything we can get before spring hits. And then some afterwards too. After last year, we don't want to go through that again. And we had one of the worst droughts. I mean, definitely I can remember, but even a lot of old timers, that are still around can remember one worse. I'm sure it's the same where you guys are. We're kind of countrywide, if I remember right. So hopefully, let's get some rain, some moisture. Okay, bring you down here and give you a little peek at who we got here. Betsy. So Betsy, she's getting closer and closer. I'm just shocked she hasn't gone yet. However, like I said, with the low line, it's my first time, so she's getting closer, getting looser, and so is Big Mama. She's getting quite plump. Looks like she might drop a little bit on this side. Yeah, you're getting closer probably than Betsy. Everybody's doing pretty good. The newbies are doing all right, getting along. Who we got down here? Oh, that one right there. Ivy. There you go. Okay. What do you want? Nothing? Let's see another incident we had this week. I'll fill you guys in on, and I should have filmed it. I just didn't get around to it. But the Big Mama pig went through a couple day deal there where she was not feeling well at all. And honestly, I just didn't know what was going on at first. Wouldn't eat nothing, wouldn't drink, just laid there. I mean, you bring out a can of alfalfa pellets or some things like that and rattle them, and she usually comes running because she's a pig. She wouldn't even budge. So we didn't know what was going on, so we took some educated guesses, I guess, and we did find some very small dry poop in her pen and not very much of it. So we kind of gathered she was probably constipated to one degree or another. So we thought, what made her constipated? And we had 2 days where we were out of alfalfa pellets, and I gave her a scoop of oats with molasses. And we normally don't give them any oats or anything like that. So, but I thought, I mean, we've given it to them way in the past, no problem, but probably not to that degree. And we think the big cup full of that and no alfalfa pellets, I guess, plugged her up. That's all we can guess, because we gave her some prune juice. Works for me, so I thought it'd work for her. Gave her some prune juice mixed in with some, I think, cranberry and a little bit of yogurt for some probiotics. And next day, she got up in the morning back to eating. So kind of nice. Felt good about that because she's only about 30 days away from her date with the butcher down there out of town. And I was really not looking forward to having to figure out. I didn't want to give no antibiotics or nothing like that because we're so close that we'd had to reschedule. And you just don't do that with your meat guy. You know how it is because there's not very many appointments left. So she's getting close and she's doing good. She's back to grazing and eating. Back to normal, I believe. My wife said she's back to normal, so that's good.
You want that built back up a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. So
Well,
she's getting ready for it, and I am very grateful that she's doing good. Well, as you can see, we are socked in right now. The snow's coming down, starting to make me resemble kind of like a Santa Claus thing here going on, but it ain't December, folks, it's March. And I gotta say, I rather enjoy a March snow. It's got a good amount of moisture in it. It's gonna be good for the mountains and good for the grass, summer pasture. Pretty excited about it, and I actually just kind of hope it just lays her down. But anyways, thanks for coming along. A little update on what's going on around here, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.